We are back.
We are back once again, Phil. How are you?
So go time,
It
dude.
is so
It's so go time.
It is. We're go
I'm
time,
pumped
guys.
today. Let me tell you what. I'm
Yes,
pumped today.
Yes.
I've got
let's
so
fucking
much
do it.
energy.
Well, guys, welcome back to the cHaSe is dEaD podcast. As always, I said podcast. Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back to podcast.
We are your hosts. My name is Nick.
My name is Phil.
And guys, today we both have minimal liquids, so it's going to be less of a wet episode than usual. Yeah, I've only got one this time. But yeah, we got a few topics for today. We got some cool stuff to talk about with you guys, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this one.
Me too.
Yeah,
I would like to start the podcast off.
Yes.
With lore.
Sure. Why don't we start with the lore today? We're going to start off with our cHaSe lore as our first thing today. So as you guys can see, we have our offering right here. Phil, you want to begin?
So there was a point where, cHaSe was like, I've made everything natural, that's natural and everything. And, he needed something that was more complex, that was, something that you really had to work for and
something new.
And so what he came up with was bread.
Yes.
Specifically sourdough bread.
Yes.
And there's only one way that you can prepare the bread the cHaSe way.
Yes.
Right? And that is to prepare it on, and I'm paraphrasing the holy textbook, by the way.
Of course. The book of cHaSe.
So I know you have the book of cHaSe over here.
Yes,
so
I do.
I want to paraphrase it before we get actual scripture. It's kind of like a backwards sermon type of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
So basically what you would do for the cHaSe style of bread is to make the sourdough, right? And leave it in the coldest possible room in the house, right? Not in a room that's close and small with the radiator, so that the room stays warmer and it's like
where the dough
room
can
temperature.
rise.
But you keep it in the living room in the biggest possible space with the biggest windows and also where everyone walks in and out of. So it's colder than usual, right?
Yes.
And then what you do is you take it and you knead it on a table, right? At a dirty table. Honestly, I feel wrong paraphrasing to the viewers. Should we contact the book of cHaSe?
I suppose. It's mainly just said that cHaSe only bakes rye on Tuesdays and Sundays for holy purposes in order to balance out the week. If you find flour on your table the morning after a restful night's sleep and you notice that, I didn't use any flour, that's not my flour, well, just know that cHaSe has visited you and used your dirty, dirty table to knead his dough. And in fact, not only has cHaSe visited you in the night, he has perused and judged your entire music library.
The entirety of
From CDs to vinyls to your digital collection.
Even on your phone.
If you have a 4-track cassette tape that is buried in the back that you are not aware of, cHaSe has listened to it and he has told you why it's horrible.
Yeah.
So
he's left you a scathing review with full of very like cracker dry humor. You know what I mean?
He kneads the dough night after night in order to atone you for your sins, for your soul is as filthy as the table that he kneads on.
Yes.
And
the table that everyone uses to put everything on.
Yes.
Groceries from the outside world, bags,
illicit substances,
everything.
So
particular glass hardware.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It is said.
Also, it's cleaned with chemicals.
A lot of chemical stuff on that
like
table.
Orange Glow.
Yes. And it's said that to really follow the cHaSe religion, to be a true Chusian in that way, is to, just keep your table, your soul, as clean as possible. Make it clean enough that cHaSe himself can knead the bread off of the soul table that you possess. And that's really the best way to lead your life.
I really like that, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good way of doing it.
It's a good way of doing it. And kneading the bread is putting the work into it, making something with your hands the cHaSe way.
Exactly. Phil and I have said many times, we got to start a cult, dude. We got to start a cult.
I totally agree.
Then we can just get the religious benefits of like we can get a house
and
then declare it as a church, no taxes.
I agree.
It would be kind of cool,
I totally agree.
I mean, we write this shit anyway, so we might as well do it and then just have people come in. Because look, here's the thing: I don't want to ruin anyone's life. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to start a cult to like, fuck a bunch of people, literally or metaphorically, or like do anything like that. I don't want everyone's money.
Yeah, what's up with the whole like cult leaders
It's
fucking all the
always
time?
fucking.
They're always
every time.
It's always including some kind of
it's
fucking.
always polygamy.
So
too.
weird,
It's
yeah.
always the one,
And
it's
it's-
one dude that fucks like 90 15-year-old girls, and they're all underage.
Or
every single time.
the underage girls also.
fucked up,
also,
man.
if you join
fucking
as a guy
crazy.
and you have a girlfriend or a wife, she's fucking him.
He's
He's
what the
fucking her.
fuck?
It's
What?
crazy.
I want to see that flipped.
It's exactly what I was about to say.
I wanna
would love
see
to
that.
see a
I wanna
woman,
see a
leader
woman
of a
cult leader.
and just taking every dick down.
That is some feminism that I think.
or like taking or just like ending up like they're all like gimps, you know what I mean, or like some kind of cuck, you know what I'm talking about?
Keep
And
them
so
in
like
gimp suits.
yeah,
all
like
the
their
time.
wives like have to like accidentally like find them
like,
like
oh,
in like
well.
a room with like a chain on their neck.
Priest Sharon really wants you again today. So what can I say?
I think I'm gonna come bring you lunch today. And he's like, no, don't do that, please,
No,
please don't do that,
please.
please, honey.
We will all be
please
sent
don't
to
come
hell.
to the Capitol. Okay, please don't come to the town hall meeting. She's like, but you work for so long, and I feel like she doesn't really let you guys get a break or anything. Just like no I
breaks.
promise you, there's no breaks at all.
There's no breaks at all.
But
We're
here's the
always
thing.
just
Here's the
breaking
thing.
a sweat,
If you
in
love what
fact.
you're doing, is it really work?
Yeah, come
And
on.
she's like,
I've never worked a
she's
day in
like,
my life.
You like accounting that much? Yeah.
No, he's even more like he realizes how horrible it sounds. So he's just there like, you really like accounting that much? And he's like, yeah.
Yes. I love numbers.
Love it.
Math.
It's like, really?
Adding things up. My calculator. I love that. You know, it's like my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I was your best friend. Okay, honey. Of course you're my best friend.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. Oh, we're gonna make so many people are in there. I know there's like 8 people just watching this, being like, "Well, I don't appreciate that.
Well, you know what? I don't really
appreciate this diatribe that they're going. I don't appreciate. It's like, listen, if that upset you, from me, fuck off. Don't watch our show.
Nice.
Like I'm sorry.
I would agree.
Yeah. All right, cool. So should we? That was a chase lore. So amen as usual for the
Man,
week.
I'm gonna really be thinking about this whole like woman cult.
You want
Or
to
like woman
You
cult
want to be
leader.
part of the woman cult?
Kind of want to.
You kind of want to be part of the
I don't
woman
want to be a
cult?
cuck. I'm not into that. Okay, dude, here's the thing. I've like thought
Yes.
about it. You know how like you like think about things like,
Oh,
am I
yeah.
into that?
Yeah.
Dude, I can't do that stuff because I hate pain
What, the cuck stuff?
so much. Or no, just like being
Oh, okay.
being
I was like,
like
I think most people would agree with you.
like I couldn't I can't be a bottom is what I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
I can't do it.
Yeah, no, that's
I
fair.
don't like it.
Well, you don't have
I can't
to.
be hit. I can't do the whole like sex slave. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
So there's just the
For me, I don't like that for me.
Submissive part.
Do it if you want.
Not,
I don't give a
not
fuck
for you.
because not me.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. I
Yeah.
think that you can.
No, dude, it's not all right. People are judging me.
have to like
I've
this.
been excluded from groups, dude. You don't understand.
So guys, the name of today's episode is Russia's Night of the Devil's Vivendi, which
Oh,
is
man.
the most ridiculous title that I think we've
To
come
be
up with
honest,
so
this
far.
one took us. It took us a while
It
to
did.
come up with the name of this one.
Well,
Usually
yes.
we kind of know, like going into it or like right after, we're like, oh, I know what it's gonna be.
Exactly.
But
Well,
this one was like, he's
yeah.
the son of a bitch.
yeah, I mean, we knew what albums we were going to be talking about, which we're going to be talking about Modus Vivendi by 070 Shake. That was the 2021 album that Phil is going to be talking about in just a little bit.
070.
I'm doing the 2001 debut album of the rap supergroup, quote unquote, D12. It's their debut album called Devil's Night.
Roll a d12 for me.
What? What'd you
Roll
say?
a D12
I'll
for me.
roll a D12. And
One, dude. Wow. That is embarrassing.
I got to go jump out a window.
That is really embarrassing.
Yeah, and then we're going to be talking about the death of Rush Limbaugh.
Fuck that guy. Also, we're
yeah.
gonna be talking about Texas
We are
because
going to be talking about Texas.
I am
for a
from
little bit.
Texas and I need to rant a little bit
About the snow and everything.
about administration.
You're talking about Teddy boy.
Teddy, also
Yes.
Governor Abbott, who I will refrain from using my usual nickname for him because I do not want to offend disabled people.
Okay, fair enough. It's fair enough.
So
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Yep.
All right, cool.
I want to say I did not learn that nickname from myself. I did not come up with it. It is something that I've heard,
Okay, that's
So.
fair. That's all right.
and I only use it when I'm angry.
That's
Obviously, Whatever.
fair.
I'm not gonna backpedal from this. I
It's
didn't
all
even
right.
say
It's
anything.
okay. It's all right. You're good. Do you want to dive in by talking about Modus Vivendi?
Absolutely.
It's fantastic.
So,
dude.
Modus Vivendi, dude. I love this fucking album. I was ready for it when it came out. I was waiting for it. So 070 Shake, she is a female artist. Obviously, not obviously. She's a female artist from New Jersey, specifically the 070 area code, hence the name 070 Shake. She's part of a group, just like, A$AP Rocky
Yeah.
is, with ASAP.
It's that collective,
There's
like we talked about.
YNW, YMW,
Yep.
YSL, all of them. And 070 is their group. She's 070 Shake. They came out with a group album at one point.
Okay.
I don't remember when. I think it was like 2016, maybe.
Okay. So
Something
pretty
like that.
recent, within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Cool.
And since then, she's come out with 2 of her own solo albums.
Got it.
She actually featured, I think, 1 or 2 of the other 070 people on her first debut album, which was called Glitter.
Yep, I remember Glitter. That was from like 2018, something
Yes,
like that, right?
2018, yeah.
Aha, there you go.
And that actually had, because she got signed on to Good Music, because she
Okay.
helped. She's on Kanye West's Ye album.
I was gonna say because
She's
like
the one who's like, I put my hands on the stove.
knew it. I knew
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that
That's
makes
her.
sense.
That's how I actually found out about her, is because
She's got a haunting voice, dude.
she
It
does,
is
and I
really
fell in
nice.
love with it
It's very
because
nice.
I was on a certain substance, and I listened to it. I was by myself tripping,
Got it. Okay.
and
That'll do that for you.
yeah.
Definitely.
I was listening to it, and I just loved. I just like listened to the Ye album like 17 times in a row, I think.
We're gonna have to bleep this out really quick. Were you on? You were on. All right,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Cool. All right, keep going
Um,
from that.
And I listened to it a bunch of times, and I just loved her voice. And so I went and listened to, and this was back in 2019,
Okay.
2018.
Okay.
This is 2018.
Yeah.
And it had just come out like a month before, and so I was like, oh, I want to listen to it because Kanye had helped produce it. I don't know if he had helped produce Modus Vivendi. I will check, but
Okay.
he helped produce. I'm just gonna bring this laptop closer to me. I don't know
That's
why.
totally. It's very far. You have to reach for it every
Yeah.
single time.
I have to. I had to keep it away. It has to be hard.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's on it.
He's not even producing or anything like that.
No, he's not anywhere on this. Francis and the Lights, Hamelin, which was her main one.
Nice.
Hamelin. I don't know what it's. Ellison, Mayhouse, Dean. Yeah. So he didn't help with this project really, but it was just, it was released by Good Music. So it
Okay.
had some people on Kanye's team.
So under the label, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But this album's great. I love her so much.
Yeah.
This album, Glitter had more rap, obviously. I loved everything on Glitter. I used to listen to it constantly. It was on my top. It was in like my top like 3 or 5 for 2019 on Spotify.
Okay. Gotcha.
I loved it. Even a year after it came out, it was still, I was
in
just
there.
jamming it. And I still listen to it every once in a while because it's just so fire. There's a song Mirrors, great.
Yep.
And then there is also Somebody Like Me, great song. Okay,
Work.
so this album is less rap though. It's
Okay.
more
Which
singing.
direction? Okay.
It's really like dreamy. It's
Is it
got
like-
some rap to it, but it's like very like narrative almost. Like
Okay.
it's got like a soundscape to it on some of them.
Is it
But
cloud
then you have-
rappy?
Not like cloud rappy because it's not like
I don't mean cloud trappy. I mean cloud rappy, like that, like spacey kind of.
I would say
like,
more of like that. Yeah,
high. Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
I
I got you. I get where you're coming
But
from.
yeah, but then you also you have songs like, let me actually, I have the whole track.
You have the
right here.
track list right there.
You have songs
I've
like
got it
"Come
right here.
Around," which has a lot of like singing, where it's like "Come around when I'm a baby, you're in need." So
Yeah.
it's amazing.
A lot of
That was not the
vocal-
right words, obviously, so don't quote me on it's. I wouldn't even have to do whatever I said.
Yeah.
You have The Pines, which is very daunting, talking about her neighborhoods. She calls it The Pines.
Yep.
And she says, the pines where the sun don't ever shine.
Yeah.
And so like it's very dark. It's got this really heavy like boom, boom bass. I like it a lot. It's very that when I say like it's narrative, like you feel like it's compelling like a story.
Okay.
It's very it's a very like compelling sound.
Does that carry through the whole album, or is it like from track to track? Like, is it sort of episodic in the
Kind
tracks,
of,
or would
yeah.
you say there's a through line throughout the whole album? I guess I'm saying like both sonically and plot wise, I guess, if that makes sense.
I would get there's kind of a through line.
Okay.
There's kind of like there's like a mood through line. I wouldn't say there's a whole like story. You know what I mean?
So it's more,
like,
yeah.
It's not, it's not like a whole like Mad City where like
broad
you're like
strokes.
going through, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know what that was, but
I'm sure.
But then you have Morrow, which is a little bit faster. That's got Mike Dean on it, so it's got a little bit more of that like kind of like actual like hip hop, like following like a tomorrow, tomorrow, it's like got like a really good rhythm.
Has
it's
more of those.
faster. You've got Guilty Conscience and Rocket Ship, which are two. Those are the kind of songs that are like actually like more poppy. Rocket Ship is kind of poppy.
Okay.
Guilty Conscience is about she's talking about like basically walking in and finding someone cheating, like her partner cheating.
Okay.
So she's like, anything I had on my guilty conscience I felt bad about, I don't feel bad anymore because you did this to me. So like it's kind of like almost like she's talking like it's like freeing.
Okay.
Like she doesn't feel bad, but then you have things like right after Guilty Conscience you have Divorce, which is a song that's like it's almost like being like, oh, I'm free, and then realizing like the weight of like the sadness and the grief of like
you don't really notice it until
of the grief of like oh wait, but I'm hurt. Like I got fucked over in this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have It's Forever, which is good. I just like that song a lot. I think it's great. It's a great like little interlude between Divorce and then Rocket Ship. And then you have Microdosing, which is kind of like I was just microdosing you. It's kind of like talking about like kind of like taking small steps in like maybe like a new relationship or something like that, or like not jumping into things. And then Nice to Have, one of the main line for that is nice to have someone to hold you or something like that, or something like that. It's just like it's nice to have someone around.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like coming around to being like,
so
okay,
it's sort of
like
that generalized theme of like someone is
it's like
gone.
recovery.
Yeah, it's a recovery album.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like I think this maybe happened to her, and she's talking about it.
Cool.
Like
yeah.
I think another woman broke her heart, and she's talking about it, and she's like kind of going through the recovery stages. I don't know if these were made or written in chronological order.
Yeah.
Or maybe she just like had a collection of lyrics and stuff,
Figured
or like
this all
ideas
kind
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you've got Under the Moon, which is obviously talking about two people under the moon and like kind of like what happens under the moon. It stays under the moon.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's what she says.
I like that.
Daydreaming. I think it's falling in love with someone again. You're starting to daydream about them. Daydreaming. It's so good. It's like that's like
Okay.
an anthem almost of being like, oh shit, like
I'm
now
pretty
I'm
sure
daydreaming about you.
I think you've played that for me
Probably.
before,
That's
at
a
least
really
a few
good one.
times. A lot of these sound
This one
very
has
familiar.
Daydreaming has a really big Kanye during the Yeezus phase with like really like edgy sawtooth synths of like
kind of like a demo-y feel, but it like intentionally speaking. You know what
almost,
I
but
mean?
like it's like it's distorted a little bit, like
Okay.
distorted synth. Like they're very like edgy, like
growling kind of like synths. Yeah.
yeah, like very like nasally synths. And then Terminal B. I don't remember. I know this song is more like spacey again. And then you've got Flight 319, which is kind of like I want you on this flight with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like kind of like moving on with this person.
Loop.
Yeah, I like it a lot. So
That
it
too.
actually starts. I didn't talk about the first song, which is "Don't Break the Silence,"
Yep.
which is just like a very good introduction. It's only a minute 44, and it's a very good introduction. It's kind of just like coming in, and like the very kind of like the very. It's like I don't want to say it's like walking on eggshells, but I don't know. It's like introducing into like the fact that this is going to be a lot of conflict in this album in terms of like tones and attitude.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I like it a lot. I think she's got a great sound.
Cool.
I think it's really cool.
That's great, dude.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great album.
Guilty Conscience and Rocket Ship are two songs that I would put on any dance party album.
I was gonna say there's like
they are awesome.
They're your standouts.
Those are standouts in terms of like you can play them for anyone. If you want to be like, this album is great, these are the standouts I would show people.
Okay.
Standouts for me personally, what I like listening to is Daydreaming.
Yep.
Terminal Beat, Nice to Have is a great one for me. Sometimes I like to listen to microdosing.
Okay.
I like to get a little. I was just microdosing.
So it's got a pretty high replayability factor.
Yeah.
You're gonna listen to it over and over.
I love it so much. And I'm someone who's like, if you're gonna listen to an album, listen to it from start to finish, go through all the way.
That's so interesting. I do it like such a different way. I'll like find a songs, like say I'll like pick like track 5 that I like, and I'll just listen to that, and then sort of like expand in the album from there. Where like I'll listen to like the next few songs after that, and then I'll try the one before it, and just sort of like make my way to the edges from the one track that I like. I don't know why. I've always listened to albums.
Interesting. Like I used to kind of be like that, and then I would sorry. I used to kind of be like that, and then I would I did it in front of my friend Colton actually. Shout out to Colton Slaughter, by the way. Shouts out ATX in Austin. Also shout out to Trevor. Just the whitest names possible, Colton and Trevor. But Colton told me, he was like, you should try, because I started listening to Radiohead, and he was like, you should listen to it from like start to finish.
Yeah, there you go.
And I started doing that, and now I'm like, oh, there's a reason why they are put in this order. For the most part, for most albums, there's a reason they're put in that order.
No, to be fair, I'll definitely listen to an album from start to finish once I've heard the entire thing. So like after I've heard it my like first time hearing everything, then I'll kind of go back to listening to it straight through. Yeah. Especially driving or something like that. Like that's all I do is just pick an album, put it on, and then just let it.
That's the best thing ever. I'll just like queue up like 7 albums.
Yeah, and then just let them play. And that's perfect. So, well, that's awesome, dude. I got to listen to this more. I've listened to a couple of tracks, and as I said, I think that you've played me a few over the last couple of years. Yeah,
I just think it's great. I think everyone should listen to this album. Everyone should get into Glitter as well. Her other
this
album.
Was her sophomore project, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so third
for albums. I think she's put out another single besides, but in between Glitter and this.
Any mixtapes?
But I don't think so. Let me see. I think maybe the first 070 thing was a mixtape. Let me check for you real quick. This is great, Dead Air. I love it.
Yep. Always
What's
good.
up, y'all?
It's always a good time.
Hey, comment below how your day was.
Yes,
comment below whether or not you're
please.
going to listen to this, or whether or not I should just fuck off.
Yes, and also, guys, if you have any suggestions for albums that you'd like us to review, or any ones that we would just like to talk about, please comment them below. You know, you can message us on Instagram. If you don't already, follow us on Instagram. It's the cID podcast.
Glitter was an EP. Her mixtape is the 070 Project Chapter 1. They've never made another one.
Okay.
And instrumental albums. They made Modus Vivendi an instrumental album. I'm definitely going to get that.
There you go. You can get that on vinyl.
She's made a couple of singles. She hasn't. Yeah, she released Guilty Conscience by itself. Okay. Oh, she also released Nice to Have, Morrow, and Under the Moon by themselves.
Gotcha.
Modus. She released Stranger. Stranger's a great one, too. That's also from Glitter. That's a great one.
Word.
Just all of them are great.
That's fantastic. Dude.
She's great. She's fantastic. I highly encourage. Very underrated artist coming from New Jersey. Also a female artist. I think that should be way more recognized than she is.
Yeah, highlighted definitely in the rap community.
And Tierra Whack are two that I'm like, dude, those two need to be way bigger than they are. Shout out to Tierra Whack. I fucking love you. I want to work with you so badly.
Oh, dude, yeah. Whack World was incredibly inspiring for me.
And then all the singles that came out after that were fucking awesome.
Yeah, just incredible job, incredible concept album, especially the video that went along with it. If you guys haven't checked that out, go check out the Whack World music video. It's like 15 minutes, but I promise you it's worth it. It's an entire album. Cool. It's a whole album in 15 minutes. So
it's
definitely
amazing.
listen to it.
and they're like nearly seamless transitions.
Truthfully.
They're very good. Very well done. Okay.
Well, actually, I think
nearly a half hour of me talking about that album. So. We went through lore. So
yeah, we went through lore. I was gonna say we can actually probably catch this so it doesn't just cut off in the middle. So why don't we take an intermission really quick? We'll restart in just a second. Guys, give us 1 second. Okay.
I'm looking at you.
Let me catch this.
I'm still looking at you, and I'll be looking at you like this when we start, just so you know. Okay. This is going in. I wasn't kidding.
No, he stayed there the entire time.
I wasn't fucking
We actually
kidding.
stopped recording for 6 hours, and Phil just sat there just like that.
I lost feeling in my feet.
Yeah, he's actually probably gonna die as soon as he moves from that position.
And I kind of like it.
Yeah.
What's up?
All right. Cool. Well, should I dive into Devil's Night?
Yes, dude, absolutely.
Word.
Let me tell you what. I did not know. You tricked me into listening to Eminem.
I did. I
You
did.
tricked
I
me
totally,
into listening to fucking
tricked
Eminem.
you. I totally tricked Phil into
You
listening to Eminem.
motherfucker.
Look, I love Eminem. I've had a love-hate relationship with him in the last few
hilarious.
years because of the music that he's been putting out. We will get to that at another point. But yes, I definitely tricked you into listening to Eminem. However, this is Eminem in his prime.
Yeah,
This
that's what I was
is
gonna say. is that This is actually like this is actually good Eminem.
This is very good Eminem. So
I am someone who can say, this was good Eminem.
yeah, like he was.
I,
he
someone
used
whose
to be,
opinion does not matter.
Well, yeah, look, he used to be good, man. It's just the
Yeah, I
last few
agree.
years. I think the last good album that he put out was from 2013.
I was
But-
gonna say it's been about a decade
Yeah.
since he was good.
Yeah, the MMLP 2, which was supposed to be his last album anyway, that's when he stopped being good.
When did that album with Rihanna come out?
Which one? She was on like 2.
The
Oh, the one like
the main
Love
one.
the Way You Lie.
Yes.
That was 2010. Recovery. Yep.
that was fire.
Yeah, it was a good.
That
it
album
was a good
was
time.
fire.
Yeah, but anyway, so Devil's Night, it was the debut album for, again, like Eminem's first rap group, like rap supergroup, which was D12. It was comprised of mainly his old friends from Detroit. Just to like give them a shout out, just because I don't think that most of them get named enough. The members included, of course, Eminem. Then there was Bizarre and the late Proof, who was Eminem's like best friend ever. So rest in peace to Proof. Mr. Porter, Kaniva, Swifty McVeigh, Bugs, who was an original member of D12, who was killed in 1999, like literally right before a performance. And Eminem actually ended up rejoining D12 after his passing, and they dedicated the recording of this album to Bugs' memory. So rest in peace to Bugs. And then, of course, there was Fuzz Scuda, who was a member of the group for a very short amount of time. I think that he wasn't even on this album. I'm pretty sure. So, this was before Slaughterhouse, before, Eminem was like trying to be a mogul and everything like that. They just wanted to put out an album together. And I mean, this is sort of what it culminated in. The 2001 project was executive produced by Eminem, and you can really kind of hear it. Like, it's got a lot of the same DNA as far as like beats go and like the sensibilities of the rap that they're making from like Eminem's debut Slim Shady LP from 1999. It was only 2 years later.
Wow.
But yeah, like
So
I
he was
think,
still riding high off of like that being just
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah, millions of records
Yeah,
sold.
that's crazy.
It was his time now to kind of like get his friends out there a little bit more. If I remember correctly, I think the MMLP dropped a year before this, because it should have been 2000. Let me double check that. It was either 2000 or 2002. Yeah, it was 2000. So this came out a year after like one of his biggest albums in the world came out, and it was the first time that D12 had released anything. He was on one of their singles, or one of his singles at the end of that album. Yeah, but I think the biggest thing that I noticed, which is a common theme for Eminem and his work in the early 2000s, was the amount of censored and altered material. Just
I thought that
because-
was interesting when you were showing me.
Yeah, like there's, it was again, early 2000s. There was a lot of war still going on between like, suburban America and like rap music being allowed to exist in the medium whatsoever. So Eminem, I think, took it upon himself, as well as all of the people in his camp, to be as deranged and provocative as possible. So there's a lot of
Someone's
necrophilia
gonna do it,
lines
so-
on here. There's a lot of rape lines on here. There's a lot of just like, look, I guess the point that I wanted to make on this is this. Content-wise, don't agree with it. It hasn't aged very well in that sense. But again, I think that the point was the sort of like spirit, the rebellious spirit that they were trying to bake into it. You know what I mean? Like obviously what they're talking about, like a lot of the times. And like, I don't even know if I want to make an example, but like when they're talking about like fucking a dog, for example, like it gets to a certain point of comedic, like it gets to a certain point of ridiculousness where you can't take it seriously, where they're just trying to be as like, I'm so bad, like I'm so hardcore in the rap game, I'm so crazy that I'm gonna do this. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
beat up your grandma and like, take her
Fuck your
purse and
dog.
and do that sort of shit.
By the way, are you into
So,
dogs?
I am not into dogs, actually.
Okay.
Not
Been
my
asking
thing.
some people around.
Not my thing,
so
actually.
I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to make sure.
I appreciate you asking me though.
Well, of course, dude. I wanted to,
But yeah,
make sure I did my due diligence to see if I'm friends with any weirdos.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
fair.
you heard me.
That
you
is
fuck
fair.
dogs, you're weird.
Oh yeah, I think that goes universally
yeah.
without saying.
Okay, I said it. You know what? I'll say
Okay,
what everyone's
little
thinking. Okay.
Teeny tiny.
A teeny
It's a
tiny-
teeny tiny little dog fuck. Just a teeny tiny little
Dude.
dog fuck. Yeah. That's Trump explaining when he actually fucked a dog. It was a teeny tiny little touch. I barely touched
Only a
it.
tiny touch.
It's a tiny touch.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but like I said, you don't have to be okay with the content of what they're saying because again, there's a lot of bars that are pretty reprehensible. But again, that's sort of the point, and like I think that we should be kind of proud of the fact that they felt emboldened enough to rap shit like this in 2001. I mean, like, it was not the happiest time in the United States' history, but even pre 9/11. Like,
what happened? I was gonna make a joke.
Yeah,
I was gonna
right.
say what happened.
Yeah, like
then?
it wasn't the best of times. So I think that this was a very good opportunity for Eminem and his crew to sort of come in and be like, fuck you, we're gonna say whatever we want.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, like here's the line in the sand.
Someone's going to do it. That's the thing, is that like,
yeah,
there's always going to be someone who does that shit. You know what I mean?
yeah. But there were a lot of
Either
censored
comedians
materials,
or musicians. Musics, Philip?
musics. A lot of musics are gonna come out this
Hi,
year.
I'm a professional music.
Hi, I make musics.
I make the music.
I make music.
Oh, hi. I make some music. What's up, everybody?
Oh,
yeah.
hey. What's up? I make some music.
My name is Gertrude. I am a German DJ. Yeah.
I'm
Let's
going
take
to
it
make
down.
you some music
Yeah,
tonight.
und ja. Let's take it down. Yeah.
You remember
Take
that
it
guy
down
in
a notch,
American
yeah.
Idol?
Everybody, I have an idea. World peace.
Yeah. Do you remember that guy from American Idol?
Stop
That It's Friday
racism.
Night guy? He would like turn on the thing and he's just like, it's Friday night. And then just like, he's
Oh, yeah.
dancing. And he's just like, it's Friday night. Like just doing that. And all of them were like,
Yeah.
yes, dude.
Yeah,
Like, and he's
everyone's
like,
like-
did I get a ticket? And they're like, no. Dude, I mean, that was fun. but-
Absolutely not, man. But thanks. By the way,
yeah. Yes.
I just wanted to pop back real quick on the dog fucking subject because I remembered something. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to pop back on this one.
Go right on back.
Because I remembered something that.
You better
Did you
not make a
know-
Blink 182 joke.
No.
I swear.
No. Did you know that Texas only
Please
recently
stop.
made bestiality illegal?
How recently?
2017. It was legal. It was legal to fuck an animal if you owned it.
Hold on.
Until 2017. What's up with that? Hey, why were you guys cool with that, Dan Crenshaw? What's up with that, dude? What's up with that? Other people in the Texas legislation who I can't remember right now.
Oh man,
I don't think
I was trying
Ted.
to-
What's his name?
Ted Cruz.
No, there's another Ted. Not Ted Leo.
Which
There's
Ted?
another guy. My sister worked for a guy in the Texas legislation.
He worked for a guy. He was a person.
He was
in
a
the
place he was
that
a
he
representative
was-
in the
he was-
Texas Congress. I can't remember his name right now.
He
but-
totally existed.
You're gonna make me look it up right now. I'm not
I swear.
looking. I'm not looking it up. You know what? You just have to believe
No,
me.
no.
So,
I also looked up
So you know
just
what,
now
dude?
as a comparison to Texas.
You
to be
know
like,
what?
Oh, when
dude,
did
that's what I think.
when bestiality become illegal in New York? And the first thing that comes up is just a one of those things on Quora. Like, what is that thing? A Quora, where like you can go on and like ask a question.
Quora.
Yeah,
Quora,
like Quora or however you say
Yeah.
it. But it was just a question being like, is it illegal to look at zoophile videos? This is real. I'm 19 and in New York. And I was just like, oh, shout out to you if that's your question. Because, oh, whoa. Yes, it is illegal. It is illegal to watch those in the state of New York. So
Yeah, it is.
maybe don't
Oh
do
shit!
that.
Did you see that?
What?
I just beat your mic stand up.
Did
I
you
accidentally
really?
kicked your mic stand.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
Yeah, but don't
don't fuck animals,
fuck
please.
please. Don't
I
do
shouldn't
that.
have to say that, or even ask to say
I really
please.
shouldn't have to do that. But yeah, D12, Devil's Night. It's a fantastic album. Now here's the thing. Like I said, the content again didn't age very well. So if you go into it and we sent you there, I'm warning you now. There's offensive
there's
shit
a
on
trigger
there.
warning on that.
Yeah, like definitely a trigger warning. You gotta take it for what it is, as far as, like I said, it being a rebellious album in the way of like kind of spitting in the face of authority. That's why a lot of these were made, especially by Eminem at that time. So take everything that he and the members of D12 are saying with salt, especially Bizarre, because he goes the fuck off on this album and says some horrible shit.
Nice.
Just like he did on the Marshall Mathers LP, the first
Nice.
one. So I'm telling you, seriously, and listen to it. It's a fantastic listen, but take it with a grain of salt, whatever they're talking about.
Are any of the songs as bad as Pregnant Pussy by UGK?
No, that is the worst thing by far. Now here's the thing. Here's what I'll say.
Please don't listen to that song.
A fair
and if
amount,
you're going to now, because I said don't, it's on you.
Yeah,
I said don't do it.
There are a fair amount of Columbine lines that were on there. I know. I don't give a shit. But
I
at the
get
time,
why it was scary then, because they didn't have it all the time. They didn't have shit like Parkland, and then like all
Sandy
like the
Hook
spring shootings, and then like the fucking Sandy Hook and all that shit. It wasn't a normal occurrence.
Like that was censored, just like on Eminem
crazy
stuff.
we haven't had any since though. I kind of like it.
No, it's good. It's good, dude. I mean,
even though kids have gone back technically, there hasn't been any.
I think Dave Chappelle did a bit about that, where he was just like, everyone hates the pandemic. You miss the school shootings because they used to happen every time, and it's like, you're right. You got a good point.
Yeah, sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, but they blocked out the Columbine stuff even on like the explicit version, which like they did with Eminem on his like famous what was it? It wasn't My Name Is No, I think it was My Name Is, where he says like, I'll take 7 kids from Columbine, I put them all in line, add an AK-47, a revolver, a 9, a Mac 11, that'll probably solve a problem, like something like that. It's just like it was a Columbine reference about like bullies shooting up their school or something like that. But even on the explicit version, that did not air. Like they censored that. And it was the same with stuff like on here. There was a lot of use of like the F word like everywhere. So they kind of like pulled on that.
I was thinking like, why wouldn't you just say fuck?
Bit.
But I understand that.
Yes, you understand.
Dude, it's
fuck,
so crazy going back even to like just like 2012 and how often that was dropped
everywhere, dude.
And now we're like here 9 years later. Yeah, 9 years later, we're just like,
do you remember when 50 Cent?
I can't believe we used to say that.
Do you remember when
time.
50 Cent beefed with Rick Ross? You remember when that was happening?
Oh yeah,
dude. All of their diss tracks. If you go back,
they just
and that
kept
was like
saying
2010,
over and over.
2012. Yeah, it was just, oh my God, you're gay. like that was literally Rick Ross the whole time.
I'm not gay because you are. Like, you fucking gay.
I'm going to find your baby mom, and you're gay, by the way. Like that was the
and
entire
by the way, you gay
thing. No, literally, it was just, I'm going to find your kids.
Hey, you're gay, and by the way, you're gay,
and treat them better than you, which 50 Cent did.
Wow.
And then you're gay. That's it. That was the entirety of those diss tracks. With a lot of accompanying animation to go along with it as well. Like I remember, I think it was Rick Ross.
Feeling you're fucking gay, Rick Ross.
Yeah, dude, he dropped
and
like,
then you're fucking gay.
Rick Ross dropped like a like
That's crazy
flash animation of like the entire G Unit fucking like as a joke, man, with 50 Cent in there. Like it was,
That's hysterical, dude. That's so funny.
But
dude, that was like
one of
my favorite parts of the NWA movie, Straight Outta Compton.
When they did the no Vaseline part.
Them all listening to each other's diss tracks, being like,
dude,
just sitting there and being like,
yeah, dude, I know. Dude, my favorite part is that Easy-E, like in the movie, the kid who was playing Easy-E.
I wish someone would talk shit about me in a song. I'd be like, hell yeah,
I know.
Sick.
He laughed, dude. Like he laughed at a bunch of the bars that were pointed both at himself and the other thing. And that's what I was gonna say, dude. Like if us as a house had a rap group and then we broke off.
For like
and someone
money
came
reasons?
out and made a diss track and they're coming in like, yeah, you fucking glasses, you bitch. I'd be
and
like,
also you gay.
I'd just be like, that's amazing. Like,
you're like sick.
Oh my
you
God,
spent that
dude,
much
that's
time
incredible.
thinking about me. Nice, thank you.
It's like, and
I
dude,
appreciate that's really thoughtful of you. Actually,
again with it and that song, dude.
You
It's the Ice Cube getting fucked by.
Do you like that audio?
Yeah, no Vaseline.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great song.
So
But yeah.
yeah, so Devil's Night by D12, their debut album. Yeah, if you're interested in that sort of, again, like provocative kind of music that's very violent and that sort of a thing, then yeah, I mean that early 2000s style will kind of work out for you. I mean, I don't know how else to put
I'm
it,
just
dude.
laughing, just thinking about how many. I didn't even like listen to this whole thing, and I'm just like being like, I wonder how many F words there are in this thing. It's crazy.
So many.
Yeah, but again,
So many. So a shout out to D12 and Eminem.
I feel like I'm gonna hear it so many times. It's gonna remind me of a high school locker room again.
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to Stratford, dude. Shout out to Stratford High School. Shout out to all the athletes.
Oh,
You guys
man.
made me quit sports because you guys are the worst people. So
I'm not
Crazy.
gonna shout out my high school because y'all don't deserve it. Anyway, yeah. So that's D12 Devil's Night. Definitely give it a listen. Shout out to D12. Shout out to Eminem. You guys are not really a group anymore because Proof is dead, but it's all right. We'll see what happens in the future.
this is
Yeah.
gonna be my staring episode. Where I
Yeah.
just
Or you just stare at the camera for as long as possible. Well, Phil, I can't believe
what?
that Rush Limbaugh
I
is
can't.
fucking dead finally.
I can believe it.
Yep. I have to admit, so I used to be a heavy cigarette smoker, right? And like Phil can attest to this. I used to smoke a lot of cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I think I've been clean for like 7 months, 8 months, something like that. I quit. Lung cancer scares the shit out of me. It always
Terrifies me,
has.
dude.
It terrifies me to death because I still enjoy marijuana. And I still cheat every now and then with nicotine products.
I feel you, dude, because I'm
I-
predisposed to COPD as well. My whole family. is.
exactly.
On,
So-
on my mom's side, so it's fucked.
I need to be clear that I have never and will never wish lung cancer on anybody.
I would
and it
never
is-
wish
it's
cancer
not,
upon
it-
anyone.
Yeah, it's not a laughing matter, and that's not what we're saying. That said, dude, in this one case,
Cancer got
lung
his
cancer,
ass.
dude, fuck yeah, got him for sure.
One for lung
That is
cancer.
one for lung cancer. Rush Limbaugh, dude, where do we even begin?
I brought up some quotes from him.
Please do.
I thought we could all share some quotes. If there's
For those of you who don't know, by the way, Rush Limbaugh was a very, very well-known conservative, I don't know what you want to call him, a pundit, I guess, technically, an analyst. He had his own, he had radio shows on major networks for years.
He was
in his
basically
own show.
He's the blueprint for Ben Shapiro, for Crowder. What's his name? Chris Crowder.
Yeah, whoever.
Something
the
like
fuck
that.
I know what you're talking about.
For fucking Tim Pool.
Yep.
Those fucking idiots.
Yep. Just if you want to be
Those guys who are like, I didn't help incite the riots. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then Crowder's got one of his fucking video thumbnails is him holding a gun. And there's also a quote of him from that video saying, like, if they're gonna do this to us, we have to take it by force. Like, as
Yep.
patriots, we are bound, or like we're like, it's our duty to take it by force. It's like, dude, what do you mean you didn't help incite these things, dude? I mean, it's just,
I don't know.
brother.
So
But
he
basically,
had a,
that's what Rush Limbaugh was.
yeah, he
was
had a
the
talk
blueprint.
radio show for years.
He is like basically how do I describe this? What's his name? Howard Stern.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
If Howard Stern
All right.
is a Jewish man, which he is,
Yes.
Rush Limbaugh is a fascist.
Yes. That's
Which he
I
is.
mean, that's a pretty good way of putting it. It's interesting too seeing how different people, like different publications,
I should say, actually, he
listed
was
him,
a fascist. Yeah.
because I remember Fox News was like pioneering talk radio host Rush Limbaugh dead at 70, and then like I am not quoting this exactly, but it was someone like the New Yorker or something like that was like Rush Limbaugh right wing radio DJ dead at 70, and it was just like
DJ Rush Limbaugh.
Well,
coming at you with the worst takes.
Yeah. So Rush had a colorful career as far as commentary goes.
Yeah.
There are some, just fantastic quotes, just because of the fact that look, beyond your political alignment and everything like that, this guy goes to the point of being detestably awful,
Yeah, he's the
regardless of
worst.
what your
It's
your
almost like he
political
was
alignment
constantly
is.
trying to one up himself of like the
Yeah.
worst thing he could possibly say
Well,
at that moment.
It was like, yeah, I mean, like it was
Or
almost
like about a subject that was topical at the time.
yeah. I think that he thrived off of the feeling of like, oh, they're gonna hate it when I say this, like
Yeah.
that, like feeling of like, oh, they're gonna freak out about this, and like, look, a lot of people did. So in that sense, I mean, I guess you got what you wanted, but dude, I mean, there's a lot of influential dumb people in this country, and you also helped not only to incite the riot and bury evidence about Trump being involved in it and try and respin the narrative on many different things throughout his presidency, but beyond that, dude, I mean, you helped to make a generation of younger Americans more racist, like
And also
legitimately
keep older
speaking.
generations as racist as
Yeah.
they've been.
I mean,
Give them someone to hear, almost like a sermon, and be like, "Yep, I agree with
And to
that.
think that
dude.
this
I didn't
guy-
say it, but he did."
This guy was given the Presidential Medal of Freedom. I mean, granted by Trump, but still.
At this point, do we
man.
even respect anything about the office of the president?
I mean, no, but dude, the whole point. I mean, like, look, that award should be something like, dude, they're giving that award to the Capitol Police officer who risked his life saving multiple senators and leading that crowd of white supremacists away from them as a black man. Still did that. Like, dude, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
To think that that officer, who unfortunately I do not know his name, I'm going to put his name right here. That officer and Rush Limbaugh are getting the same fucking award, dude.
Yep.
That does not sit right with me.
I agree. I
do
totally
not
fucking
like
agree.
that.
Dude. It's fucking insane.
Yeah. So Rush
Some of these
Limbaugh.
quotes are. I don't know if
Well,
I
yeah.
can read them.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if I have the guts to read them onto a camera because I'm
I don't wanna
worried
be
about
misquoted.
I'm worried about a soundbite being taken out.
Yeah, I really don't want to be misquoted on that.
But some of them I will say because I don't care, because I will explain away that these are not my quotes and
Yes.
I do not believe in anything that is being said.
Just
here.
in case any of this gets hijacked, I'm going to say it right now. These are quotes from Rush Limbaugh, who we have just fucking lambasted.
By the way, backed
for the entirety of like 10 minutes.
All of these have sources. All of these quotes, they have
Yes.
sources, and I've checked them, and they're good.
Yes.
Okay.
So these are all real
reliable
quotes.
sources.
Do not come after us for this shit. I swear to God, for this fucking
I
asshole.
swear to God, if you guys come after me, I will kiss him so many times.
Dude, I will go and dig up Rush Limbaugh's body and fucking throw it off of a bridge.
I will-
packed to the brim with Biden Harris stickers. And I don't even fucking like them, homie. I swear to God. I will.
And before he does that,
man.
I'll use his body like a puppet, and I'll dance with it.
I'm gonna dance with Rush Limbaugh.
Gonna do the tango
Gonna
with Rush
dance-
Limbaugh's
I'm gonna
body.
dance with the Rush
His
Limbaugh.
limp body.
He's Limbaugh
I'm gonna
now.
do the
I said
the
he's
Charleston with
Limbaugh
his limp
now.
body.
Yep.
There we go.
So go ahead and read some of these quotes, Phil.
Oh man, dude.
I think that's as clear as we can be.
Okay, so here's the first one right off the bat.
Go right ahead.
Have you ever noticed how all composite pictures of wanted criminals resemble Jesse Jackson?
Dude. Oh my God.
Wow.
I know. Out the gate. That's number one.
Wow. If any of you haven't seen what Jesse Jackson looks like, this is him.
Yes.
Okay.
That's Jesse Jackson.
Okay.
And there's, of course, like that fucking horrible gag that like Jesse Jackson is the representative of the entire black community.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
It's as soon as that happened, but like old white guys were like, "Oh, scapegoat, scapegoat, oh, scapegoat." It's fucking
So-
ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. Look, like the quotes go on from there. The man had a segment on his show, which was the Rush Limbaugh show, where he would actually celebrate the deaths of AIDS victims.
Oh,
Like,
it was
of
called
patients.
AIDS updates.
Yes, and like not only were they men
daily.
and women with HIV who were fighting in order to try and stay alive, but more importantly than that,
Terrible.
a lot of them were major fixtures and important prominent figures of the LGBTQ community, the gay community specifically, and like. Look, dude, again, like,
Yeah, fucking.
it doesn't matter what your political alignment is. These are human beings that
Yeah.
you're talking about. And, you shouldn't hate anybody for something that they can't control, like their sexual orientation. But dude, for Christ's sake, like beyond your
Also, like,
hatred, your
we
supposed
didn't know
hatred
so
for
much.
that, they're dying.
Yeah, I mean,
what the fuck,
I mean, it's
man?
like having
It's fucking hard.
it's like someone. It's literally the same thing as someone having a show called like COVID updates
Yeah.
and celebrating the famous people or just like talking about people
Well, it reminds me of the Westboro
in the
Baptist
world
Church,
community
dude.
and celebrating them being dead.
Yeah, it's like the Westboro Baptist Church. You show up to soldiers' funerals, saying like, God hates, the F word. God loves dead soldiers.
God
and shit
hates
like that.
rags.
Yes, exactly. Yes, rags.
He only likes towels, no rags.
No fucking rags.
Stop
around
using
here.
a dish rag.
If you
Use a
rag
fucking
again, I
paper
swear to
towel
God.
already. It works way better and you know it.
But it gives me those vibes, those like same psychotic vibes. Also, gotta say, that beard at the end, man.
Ugh.
Oh boy,
He looked bad.
He looked very bad.
Actually, let me see what he looked like
Very,
again.
very bad. But yeah, I can't minimize the fact that, I mean, yeah, like this dude just made a living off of misery, essentially, just trying to spew out as many horrible facts. We're gonna also put a picture right here of Rush Limbaugh with his fucked up beard at the end when he was getting the Medal of Honor, which I don't understand, or not the Medal of Honor, I'm sorry, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Yeah, Medal of Freedom.
Yep.
But I hate him.
I'm at a loss. Like I can't believe it.
He
You want to
was
read?
just-
You want to read a couple more
such
quotes?
hate, you know what I mean? No, I don't.
You don't want to read anymore?
I don't even want to hear. Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I really
Well, guys,
don't.
you
He just
can
like if you
certainly
want to look
find
up
more.
it yourself, I just like it looking over them again. I'm just like I don't even want to
say these things.
I
out
don't even
loud.
want to say these things.
No,
Like,
dude,
it
that's
hurts
fair.
for me to say.
That is
That's
fair.
how fucking. It's just like it's so unnecessary and just like egregiously hateful.
Yeah,
And
I
just, like,
remember too.
I don't even use this word, but like offensive. It's just like
Yeah, there was an
it seems
episode.
like there's no point.
There was an episode I remember of like Family Guy years ago that Rush Limbaugh was on. He was like a character, and like Brian the dog like is famously sort of like a shallow political person, and so like he ends up meeting Rush Limbaugh at a book signing where he was planning to like go and tell him off, and Rush is like,
Yeah.
oh well, actually, like if you listen to me and hear me out on a few things, you might actually like being a conservative, and Brian turns into a conservative basically. And
That's hilarious.
I mean, it is a pretty funny episode, but it does again like kind of speak to what I was talking about. There's a lot of people kind of looking for that shepherd, and he was ready and willing to take those people into that, you know, into the fold. So
totally.
I guess like, we have this platform that we use in order to talk about music and our politics and everything like that. And, like if somebody, excuse me, goes out and like, of course, commits a crime and then comes and turns around and tries to blame it on us, that's fucking ridiculous. However, if, we produce this show for 10, 15, 20 years and we're saying a lot of radicalizing shit, then if somebody at least says that my ideology was continued or helped to mold itself from our program, that is fair, I think,
Yeah,
to
totally.
me. And that's what I think the danger of people like him is. And here's the thing, look, I'm one of the biggest advocates for free speech. I don't think the dude should have been censored. That's not what I'm saying at all. And I don't want to be misquoted on saying that. Everyone, I think, unfortunately, should have a platform unless you're just spewing complete hate speech. Like, I don't think that the KKK should have a platform. But, we need that other side of the table's dialogue. Like we need the discussion. We need the, unfortunately, conservative ideas to back against the more liberal ideas. So I'm not saying that, but it gets to a certain point, like with Rush Limbaugh, where it's just purely hate speech. Like it can only damage. It can only
I agree.
detract from the
totally
dialogue
agree.
that's coming in. So I'm not saying that someone like that, again, has to be censored or taken out. I'm just saying that it has to be policed somehow. And that doesn't even
I think
mean...
it's also like important because
Yeah.
it's like a good showing point. It's like it's a good representation of like if he's that big and like that's what he says,
Yeah, if
then
he
that means that there are
succeeded that
people
much.
who are listening to him that support him. And
Yeah.
I think it's a good point of being like, okay, well, this is where we are right now, that this guy is getting supported.
All right, and we're back, guys. Sorry about that. We just had to redo
You know what? I'm
our
not back.
take.
I'm front.
And you just phase through the table and just go right through. You're in the living room of whoever's watching right now. It's okay. We know that you're watching, Stefan.
You know what this is right now? You know what this is? This is a high peak.
That's what that is right there, guys. Shout out to High Peak.
Shouts
Go
out to High
check
Peak
that
Sounds. At High
music.
Peak Sounds.
The
At
highest peaks.
Stefan Washburn.
Only the highest of peaks. Well, really quick
Only
to
the
wrap up.
highest will be.
To wrap up the Rush Limbaugh discussion, as of 2016, just so you know, his net worth was at $500 million for his brand and everything else.
That's crazy.
So again, $500 million for pretty much just calling Barack Obama derogatory names, backing up Trump
Being a
on
birther.
everything that he said. Yeah, being
Birtherism.
one of the hardcore in the birther movement, and pretty much
Birtherist.
just doing everything that you can to get that conservative message out to as many people as possible. Rush, you know, I can't believe that you're dead, and God, you were such a fucking cunt. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else I can say. I really don't.
Yep. Feel bad for his kids losing their dad.
Oh, of
but
course.
Him as a person,
That's
don't
why-
care for at all. and I
That's
don't
why
care
I've
that he's
steered
dead.
clear of being like, I'm glad that you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
Because, like, look, again, not trying to wish that on anybody. Like, no one.
Oh, I mean, no, I put it on my Twitter. Like
Well, look, like, am I
Oh,
glad
I
that
meant
he's
to- I
out
meant
of
to
the
read you my
sphere?
Twitter while we're
yes,
here.
But, you know, that shit comes around, man. You
let me
wish
let me
death
tell
on
you what
people.
I
They'll find
fucking
you.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
1 second, guys. We have an audio issue.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. It's probably from this XLR.
It's gone.
It's an
Weirdest
old
thing ever.
XLR cable. So what was your
It's
what
not my
was your
phone
tweet?
near the wire. I don't know. My tweet was, basically, I don't even have to read it. I can just say it. No one is gonna make me feel bad for celebrating the death of the voice of like basically like what Rush Limbaugh's voice was.
Yeah.
Like you can have fun trying, but I'm not gonna feel bad.
No, fair enough.
Like
I
he
said,
was just
I feel bad
at that
more
point.
like
He was
said.
a beacon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like you can't.
Yeah. I feel
When
bad
you
for
lose
the
a
loss.
beacon like that, like I'm not gonna feel bad.
I just feel bad for the loss in his family.
Yes, I feel bad for his family.
Yeah.
But
That said,
for his
though,
viewers, I don't feel bad.
yeah, no, especially for you. If you're a Rush Limbaugh fan and you are crying or mourning,
You know what
your,
you are?
your leader.
You're a cum slut. I don't even know if you can see that, but
Yeah.
it says that.
No, but sincerely, like you're a horrible person if you were mourning this person's death hardcore.
Well,
like,
yeah, if you're saying like we lost like a savior and shit
dude,
like that.
like
Did you
if
see what
you were saying that he's a pioneer.
Tim Dillon really missed the mark on that one.
Did he really? I didn't
Little
listen to
bit.
that. I
Little
didn't
bit.
listen to that very much.
Missed the mark a little bit. He
What was he
just like,
saying?
just saying like, you know, when you have like a big platform and like you talk and
right.
you
I
talk
remember
for a
you
living
mentioning
and
this.
you've been so big as like someone who just talks for a living. It's like, oh, of course you're gonna have people who are happy when you're dead. That's just like that comes
Yes,
with the
dude.
territory. And it's like, you know, I don't think it's just because people hate him just cause. I think it's most likely the things that he said.
Yeah, everybody makes
I don't know.
mistakes. You're going to slip up on air one time if you're in radio for your entire life, but usually it's saying something like, you know, oh, fuck, or something like that. It's not usually like, you know, the racist, sexist shit that is coming out of
Yeah.
his mouth most of the time. So,
Not saying,
I don't know.
quoting him, they're only 12% of the population. Who the hell cares? I mean, who says that?
yeah. The one about like slavery and like the streets being safer at night when there was slavery.
Yeah.
Like
He was
again,
saying, I'm not saying that it's good, but it had its merit.
yeah,
Its merits.
yeah, that's what he was saying.
And
yeah,
no,
he
that's
was-
what he said.
yeah.
He said it has its merits. Just like, but
he was like, "Oh, I don't want to bring it back."
Yeah, he's like, "I don't think
but
we should bring it
slavery
back."
was awesome.
he's just
And
like,
it's
I don't think we can
dude,
totally discount it. Just
Jesus
like
fucking
for
Christ,
for
man.
example, the streets were safer, and it's just like, dude, are you kidding
Are
me
you-
right now?
yeah.
How do you like?
Well, no, it's so horrible that it's again comedic because the dude is like it's so bad that you can't believe that not only is a person saying this, they're going out onto their platform.
They're
and
willingly saying this on camera. It's
really
not like someone caught
yelling.
them.
Yeah,
Not like someone caught them saying
yeah, it's
that.
not a hot mic. You knew the mic was.
I think that was
hot.
some of the things with Trump is that like he would say something so ridiculous that we were just like,
dude.
what?
Yep.
I will say though, if there were no consequences besides his racist, things that he would
Yes.
say, if there were no consequences to his actions and his statements,
Yes.
Donald Trump is one of, if not the funniest man alive.
Yeah. I think Dave Chappelle
Just
did
by
that
what
bit
he
about
says,
that,
dude,
right?
he's hysterical. Yeah, I think Chappelle did say that, dude.
Yeah.
Little Rocket Man, just saying that to a full-on dictator.
Look, yeah.
There's nothing. He didn't even like bring in race about it. He just said Little Rocket Man.
Yeah, he did.
That's
all he had to
fucking
say.
awesome.
Yeah, I remember. I think
That's awesome, and I
Chappelle,
stand by that.
Chappelle was talking about the the kung flu thing, where it's
That
like,
I mean, that was just ridiculous. But I mean, like,
dude, you're the
fact
president.
that he would
How are
say
you
that-
saying? Oh man, I don't know.
Crazy.
There's
Hilarious.
always
That
gonna be
one was
an
not funny,
overweight
but-
white dude that stands like a forklift that's gonna come out and tell you why to hate other people.
Yeah.
So what are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
100%.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. So for this last little segment before we wrap up, I just want to go on
Yes.
a little rant about
Of
Texas
course,
because
yeah.
being from Houston,
Yeah, talk about
my
Texas.
parents and my grandmas all went out of power. Just extended family,
I still-
friends,
I
all of
can't
them lost power.
believe that you guys go into such a tizzy when there's that little snow. Like, how much snow did you get?
Not that much, but you want to know why?
Why?
It's because
Is
we
it the
have
infrastructure? Like, are you just not built
So-
for the snow?
no, we're not, and you want to know why?
Why?
Because we're privatized energy. We're not on the national grid that everyone else is on.
Yes.
Because Texas decided it's better than having federal regulations on energy, which basically just meant that the oil companies didn't. The whole thing is based on quote unquote basic economics. It's all supply and demand. So if a lot of energy is being used, sorry, but rates are going to go up. You're going to have to pay more to get more. So only rich people are going to have their energy when there's shit like this going on. And it's like, dude, that's not how it works. Everyone needs fucking energy if you have a home. If you're paying for energy, you deserve to have fucking energy.
Yeah, I would agree with
Like
that.
it's ridiculous. And so they took us off of when the I think it's called ERCOT or something like
Okay.
that. But that's the Texas Energy, like a coalition of Texas or whatever. But there's like a whole. We took ourselves off the national grid, or we said no when they started making it because we were like, oh, we want to stay from the regulations and all like the taxes and all that shit. And it's just so now we're on our own. Texas is on our own electrical grid,
Yes.
which means and it's not prepared for stuff like this because they haven't put in any kind of support. They haven't put in the funding or any kind of like system in place for something like this to happen.
So that's why
because
there's
they
the rolling,
don't care because all of the oil barons will get their shit regardless.
So that's why there's the rolling blackouts.
Yes.
Pretty much is because they're turning off and on the grid for certain people for a certain amount of time.
Yes.
Specifically.
Well, also,
Gotcha.
I mean, like, and like people are going to lose their jobs because in Houston and in Dallas, there were like dozens of skyscrapers and like these big ass buildings that take up so much fucking energy, and like even like tourist attractions.
Yeah.
In Dallas, like the like fair thing, you know, how like there's always like a little like fair. Their thing was on.
The whole time.
Yeah. For like
Jesus.
hours on end, for like a whole night, and it's just like, dude,
Yeah.
what
if
are
I
you doing?
was without power,
What are you
seeing that in
doing?
the
There's no
distance,
one can even work there.
Yeah, I'd be.
No
very
one could even
upset.
work because all the roads were shut down. So it's like, why are they on if no one's fucking in there? And it's because they pay so much money to stay on, basically.
Well, that's what I also wanted to say. Excuse me. There was a 133 car
My boring dudes,
pileup.
my Texas shit boring you? Are
I'm
you
gonna
saying
put
that
it
right now?
here. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But you guys can check it out right here. There was a 133 car pileup
Check it out right there.
right here, and 6 people died.
Little by six.
6 people died in that wreck. I have to ask you, Phil, and I am honestly not trying to make fun of it, but where's all the snow
In Dallas?
in
That's
that picture?
probably gone.
I guess so. I just like, 'cause that was the thing. Like, really, not even trying to be like cheeky or anything, like trying to make fun of them. Because again,
It's just like
6
the
people
flurrying,
died.
yeah.
It was just the fact that like the first thing when I saw this picture was just like, where the fuck is all the snow? Like, if this was a winter accident, again, I'm gonna put it up right here again, one more time. It's right here. Dude, this is a lot of damage. You can see up there. There's like that truck just like pinned over in the. I mean, look, like this is bad.
Yeah,
And that was my
it's
only
not
thing
good.
was where is the snow?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's how Texas winter is.
Yeah, it
so.
just melts.
But then if you
immediately.
look at pictures of Houston, like this one,
right here, cool, nice.
I'm just gonna do that. For all the pictures, make a little border.
Yes. All right.
No,
So there you go.
little picture right there. But it's very snowy there right now, considering it's Houston, Texas. Nice. I love hearing this noise right now.
I realized almost all the way through the episode that I should probably lower this down.
It's all good. It's
Just a
fine.
little bit.
But yeah, see, like, look at this. Like, that's a lot of snow for
Yeah,
Houston.
it's a good amount of
That's
snow
a lot of
for
snow
Texas.
for Houston.
Yeah.
That's our fucking.
How many inches did you get? Do you know?
I think.
Just because, like, I grew up in the Northeast, so for that reason, it's always just sort of like, what? Like, we would get feet, unfortunately.
Let's see.
Let's
I'm
see how
sorry.
many
My
inches.
dead air is great.
No, that's totally fine.
Let's see.
What kind of?
20 inches.
Okay,
total.
that's actually not bad. I got to give it to you. I thought that it was going to be more like 5, and I was like, you guys are fucking crazy. 20 inches is decent. That's almost 2 feet.
Oh, wait. What? No. This is wrong. What the hell? No, this is wrong. I'm sorry. That was at a different time. I'm sorry. This is annoying.
You made me backpedal on making fun of Texas.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Are you fucking kidding?
I know.
No, dude. Why did you stop me?
Stop. We've probably gotten about 4 to 5 inches right now, to be
Okay.
honest. Like, overall.
It's still more, I guess, than I originally expected.
Austin
but
got
still.
quite a bit, too. And then just, like, the middle parts got a lot, randomly.
Well, Texas is cold at the moment.
Yeah, dude. It started snowing at the same time, at the same temperature of 28 degrees here and in New Braunfels, where my grandma lives.
And that's pretty crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
That's nuts. But
that is wild.
I wanted to rant because fuck you, Governor Abbott.
Yes.
Fuck you. Because you're a piece of shit. Also, Ted Cruz for going to Cancun. I said this on, I think I said this on Twitter as well, but I hope you choke on a pineapple.
Yes.
Choke to death. I don't hope violence on you, but I hope death on you.
Yes.
You're Canadian. You're not even from Texas. Why are you here? Except to gerrymander and just destroy our fucking voting systems in Houston.
Yeah.
Or not in Houston, in Texas in general.
Yeah.
Damn it.
My girlfriend is Canadian.
The
and
fingers, you know what I'm talking about. You've heard about those, right?
I have.
For everyone who doesn't know, there are voting districts in Texas that are called the fingers because they are specifically made to be high income and low income housing.
Yep. Yeah, I usually
To
love
separate.
Canadians, everything that's coming out of Canada. But Ted Cruz.
Ted
man.
Cruz is a bad one.
That was a bad one. That was a really bad
To be
trade.
honest, so is Justin Trudeau.
Yeah,
Lots
well,
of pictures of
a lot
brown
of
face,
black
dude.
face
A lot of
out
black
there.
and brown face.
A lot of that, especially when he was a teacher. Yep, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I have to admit that part in the Borat movie made me laugh pretty hard.
Also, there was a picture going around that John Cornyn, who is one of the Texas senators,
yes,
retweeted along with 2 other Texas congressional members, who it was a picture. So I don't know if everyone knows this. I don't know if you know this, but Governor Greg Abbott.
Abnett.
I said Abbott. Governor Greg Abbott
I'm an Abnett.
went on Fox News
Okay.
after talking about how it was definitely the oil and natural gas that froze those pipelines, and all their shit froze and broke down so that all the energy got fucked up. And that's one of the reasons for the rolling blackout as well. But he said that's definitely the reason. And then he goes on Fox News and he goes, yeah, it's the windmills, dude. It's all the renewable resources, dude. All the windmills froze. So John Cornyn and all of them retweet a picture of a frozen windmill that's not only from not this year, not even this country. It's from Sweden in 2014. And they retweeted it saying that it was from Texas and that it was the wind turbines that fucked everything up.
That's like me editing
I mean,
for a
what
client.
even,
just like,
dude?
I just need a video of any windmill, as long as it's
Show me
frozen.
just give me a fucking
give me an
windmill.
image,
Just give me-
anything. We can
Give me
go.
a windmill. Yeah, they're so stupid.
Oh my god. Well,
I wish there was
Texas-
some kind of like intelligence test that they made congressional members take.
Oh, dude.
It's too easy to convince people, even if you're dumb too.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's a lot of things I think that should be kind of
But
like,
the big problem is that there's a lot of dumb people in this country, and that's the
Yeah.
problem. Is that people need to be educated on what is actually right.
Yeah.
Not right, but like
and dude,
how the real
remember,
world works outside of their
to-
small town.
to people in those small towns, we're the idiots, man.
Oh, I know.
So,
Trust me,
you know,
dude.
that's why.
To people in my closely extended family, I'm an idiot.
Yep.
Because I'm like someone who's like educated or like college educated and shit like that. And like
Yeah.
I like went on to like, And like I live in New York. I'm a city slicker. I've gotten called that. By the way, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
People will call
City
you that.
slicker.
That's ridiculous. Stop saying that. Go back to the 40s.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my grandparents, God rest both of their souls, said that to me when I moved to New York because they were both from South Dakota, and they were like, "Oh, you're becoming a city slicker," and I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I've
weird.
never lived in the fucking country, so
Weird.
yes, I guess I am."
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I
So
don't
weird,
know.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well, all right.
I
then.
hope everyone in Texas stays safe. Please
Yes,
stay warm
guys,
if
stay
you have
warm.
problems. I'm so sorry. There's a lot of places and a lot of people that are doing things to try and help people out with getting supplies that they need and
Yep.
staying warm and trying to get some kind of firewood or whatever you need. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool, dude.
So
This was-
look those people up if you can help. Please
Yeah,
help.
if there's
I'm
any
gonna post.
resources that you
I'm gonna
can
post
help.
like 1 or 2 things as well.
Definitely.
So watch out for that.
Yep, and guys, stay safe in general in the winter storm that's been making its way across the country.
Everyone stay safe.
Yep, stay warm. We'll be back again next week, next Monday. We're actually thinking about having on our first guest next Monday, potentially.
Yeah.
We'll keep you guys posted on that. And as always, just like and share this video if you can. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell just so you don't miss any of our updates. And yeah, guys, I guess we will see you next week. And thank you so much as always for tuning in.
Thank you so much. And hail Chase.
Yes. Wait, no, we can't do that because we said, remember with Marymount, if you hail anything,
yeah,
it's sus.
It's
So
sus
we
as
can't
fuck.
do that.
Oh wait, did I say that? Sorry, guys.
All praise Chase.
That's what it is.
How
All
about
praise
that?
be to Chase.
All praise be to Chase. Chase, I swear to God, if you make bread on my table again,
I'm gonna get
I'm gonna
pissed.
fucking
I'm gonna
kill
get
you.
pissed. It's dirty. Why do you
so
want to eat
dirty.
that? We use orange glow on that, dude. Why do you want to eat that bread?
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Have a good
See
one.
you guys.
Bye. First thing in the morning. All right, let's break this shit down. Yep.